This week's Parsha is Parshat Toldot, and in it we see the classic sibling rivalry between Jacob and Esau. Yaakov is, of course, the peaceful, tent-dwelling Torah scholar, and Esav, who was memorably described by my friend, the late, great and much lamented Rabbi Danny Bella, as being one of the Bible's original bother boys, the kind of man who would have been wearing Doc Martens sandals had they been invented at the time. He is a hunter, a man of the field, and associates with a bunch of highly undesirable types. A man willing to sell his birthright for a cup of soup. And yet, the Bible stresses that he was a man who honored his parents to the highest degree. That particular mitzvah was very important to him. So much so that when he realizes he's lost the bracha for the firstborn and that it's been given to Yaakov, he says the words, Barcheni gam ani avi, v'yisa Esav kolo vayavech. Bless me too, Father. And Esav raised his voice and wept. He was so overcome with emotion that he actually had lost this blessing because of the high regard in which he held his father. This week's location is the Netanya train station, and the reason is a story connected to honoring one's father. The famous Rabbi Chaim Soloveitchik of Brisk was once approached at a train station by one of the men in the town who told him that his father was very, very ill and was located in a distant town, that he'd have to take a long train journey to get there. But the man said, I know that the mitzvah of visiting my parents is not actually supposed to cost me money. I am not obliged to spend money to go and visit my father who is ill. So do I really have to go? Rabbi Soloveitchik looked at him with what must have been a fairly withering glare and said, you are correct. You don't have to spend money to take a train to go and visit your father. Walk. That emphasis on having to go the extra mile to visit and to honor one's parents, singularly imparted by Rabbi Soloveitchik. Probably just as well he didn't know Rakevich Israel, who wouldn't actually let me film this Devar Torah inside the station. They made me take a walk. I'm reminded of my late father, who passed away 7.5 years ago. And to this day I still think, did I do enough to honor him? Food for thought for all of us. Shabbat Shalom.